Hi everybody, I'm Mike Greer, project management coach, consultant. I've written 5 books on project management and I teach project management workshops. Over the years I've seen a lot of people's careers evolve. I've seen people at different stages in their careers, and I know that there are some amazing things that trigger people's evolution, and you can never tell exactly what that's going to be, but somewhere, someplace they run into some sort of a spark that sets them off on an amazing trajectory. And Philosopher's Notes, for me, is one of the most incredible collections of stuff that has the capacity to do this, precisely because it's not focused on business. It's focused on the deeper philosophical stuff that touches us all, but at the same time translates into really powerful business and personal effectiveness. So I'm going to share with you 6 business reasons, 6 solid business reasons why you should be getting a daily dose of Philosopher's Notes. Number 1, perspective. Step back and get some perspective, get outside the box, and forget your problems and issues for a while and look at bigger, broader issues. And when you get back to your work, you're going to find that these bigger, broader issues that you've just examined put your problems in a different perspective and maybe even give you some hints on how to solve them. Number 2, tune into the positive. Brian's Philosopher's Notes, it's a funny thing. Sometimes I'm listening to them and I think it's almost as though I don't even need to hear the words, because the positive energy as Brian channels his source and works so hard to find the main big ideas within each of these positive books, it's just, they're dripping with positive energy. So tune into the positive energy, jump in there. Sometimes incredible upbeat delivery will leave you feeling really optimistic and recharged after listening. I know when I feel my worst, I feel really bad. I almost don't even want to plug these things in. I'm so discouraged. I'll plug in 1 or 2 and I'll go for a walk and everything changes. I'll come back with totally new perspective. So number 2, tune into the positive. Number 3, surprise your colleagues with a little timeless wisdom. You know, instead of just quoting the Wall Street Journal or Fox or MSNBC or CNN, wouldn't it be great to pull a quote out every once in a while that is absolutely timeless? Maybe something from Thoreau, Wayne Dyer more recently, or Plato. It's all there, ranging thousands of years of human wisdom. So this can be really surprising and inspiring and kind of fun too. Number 4, share your optimism and energize the people you work with. When you come in there radiating optimism, when you have had your fix of Philosopher's Notes and you carry with it enthusiasm, which, as Brian's pointed out so many times, means having God or Source run through you to be enthused. When you carry this with you, it radiates. It's contagious, and it connects with other folks and can help you be more effective with them and, in fact, lift their spirits as well, in the same way Brian has lifted yours by being in your headphones. So, share your optimism and energize the people you work with. Number 5, do something nice for your soul. This stuff can make your entire worldview better. It can you can improve personal relationships and help you carry good energy back to the the workplace with you. When you're feeling good about your personal relationships, when you're taking responsibility to look at the big perspective and understand your place in the growth and unfolding of the human, the new human consciousness, it just feels good, and your soul feels energized, and it can make those personal relationships better as well as what you carry into the workplace. So do something nice for your soul. And finally, surprise yourself. Surprise yourself by making a major change. A couple of years ago, if you'd have told me I would be a regular meditator, I would have said, yeah, right. Because my whole thing was project management tools and specifics and step-by-steps and very, very practical, down to earth. But I know now, after 2 or 3 years of meditating and interacting with Philosopher's Notes, that powerful changes can come about from looking outside your normal sources. So surprise yourself by making a major change is another benefit. Maybe for you it's meditating, maybe it's accepting a new challenge, or maybe, just maybe, it's going to be in the middle of that note you get an idea for creating that something entirely new that the world needs, didn't even know it needed. But it can happen when you're stepped back and in that philosophical flow and in connection with Source through Brian. So the bottom line, all these excuse me, all these mean greater effectiveness, and greater effectiveness translates to business success. So, I'll give you a perfect example of how this has come together for me. Before I've begun connecting with Philosopher's Notes every day, I was, like I say, a practical project management book, lots of tools, worksheets, checklists, very down-to-earth, making folks tools available for folks so they could manage their projects well, but nothing particularly philosophical. And in fact, that touchy-feely stuff kind of creeped me out. You've heard of those workshops and where people, you know, to team building stuff where people fall over backwards and some close their eyes and someone's supposed to catch them and la la la, we prove we got wonderful team energy. Listen, none of that. That creeped me out. But what happened after listening to Philosopher's Notes for a while, I became inspired to create a blog called Inspired Project Teams, in which I translated some of Brian's quotes into the project management arena and put in them, of course, some specific exercises and so forth. After doing that for a while, what hit me was, hey, there's a whole workshop here. So people aren't going to have to choose between basic project management boring stuff and at the same time the softer skills stuff that touchy-feely stuff. In the Inspired Project Teams workshop, I found that the stuff that was already in me, the deeper inspirational stuff, did connect to the practical and in fact enabled the practical. I'm not going to get into how that's done here. I'm just going to tell you that both the Inspired Project Teams blog and the Inspired Project Teams workshop could never have been in existence without my daily exposure to Philosopher's Notes. The point is, the question for you is, what's in you that you don't know is there? What's in you that can be born and be wonderful and different by your daily exposure? Do it while you're walking. What do you got to lose? Let's face it. You stand in line at least for 20 minutes doing a lot of our errands, whether it's a grocery store or the bank or the post office or something like that, and you also exercise. Instead of listening to aerobics tapes, why not listen to some Philosopher's Notes? And as Brian says, get your wisdom on. It might just change your professional life. I know it has changed mine. So go out there and connect up with Philosopher's Notes.